Julian, bish bash bosh, let's kick it straight off. Arsenal, 3 points against Manchester United. Liverpool drop points. Is the title race back on, my friend?
It was never off. It was only off for the people who had little or no faith. I am not one of those people. I always believe, because I've seen it done before, and I will see it done again. Liverpool are a very good team. Liverpool, everything has gone their way. Arsenal, everything hasn't gone their way this season. Everything that could have gone wrong has gone wrong. Those days are now over, and we're now, 7 points? We've still got to play them. And yes, things are turning. The worm has turned.
How poor are Manchester United? You as an Arsenal fan, you would have seen the 2000s, the 90s, the real battles. That right there, when have you ever seen Arsenal versus Man United on a Wednesday night? I can't remember. I can't remember off the top of my head. Genuinely. How big is that gap between you and Manchester United now?
To answer that question, Manchester United, and this gives me massive, massive pleasure, are, can I use a certain word beginning with S?
Try it. We'll bleep that out.
Okay. Very. And that gives me pleasure because I come to football and I used to support two teams, Arsenal and ABU. Anyone but United. Anyone but United. I despise them with a vengeance, and the worst thing I can say about them is that I don't hate them anymore. I actually quite like them. And there's one thing, I look back at football and I look back at players that I've absolutely despised over the years, and they have a certain profile. Number one, they're arrogant. Number two, they're cheats. Number three, they play for Manchester United. And number four, they have to be very, very good. Now, there's a player that fits three of those four profiles that currently plays for United, Anthony. Fortunately, he's not very, very good, but I still dislike him. But I dislike him a lot more intensely if he was very, very good, but he's not, and that fills me with great pleasure.
Are you worried about Chelsea in the title race or not?
Yes, because Chelsea are winning. The kind of money they've spent over the years, they've got the foundations of they've got not even a great squad. They've got like two or three really good squads, and they're playing well. They've got a manager that seems to know what he's doing, and I am concerned about them. I don't think this season they'll actually do it, but I think come next season they'll be real challengers.
You must have seen some goals in your time, Julian. I'm not saying anything about your age there, but that Saliba goal, is that the best goal that you've ever seen off someone's booty?
Yes, it was the most fabulous goal. But then, look, it's not all about artistic impression. This was where Wenger got it wrong. He was always into how does it look, the aesthetics of the game. Ultimately, you put the ball in the back of the net. It doesn't matter if it comes off your bottom, comes off your head, or it's a 40-yard volley. It still counts for one. And today's goal by Saliba still counted for one. And if it wasn't for that goal, then it would have been a little bit more, as Ferguson said, squeaky bum time at the end. But it wasn't. It was a most relaxing, triumphant, magical evening of football.
For all the Liverpool fans that are watching this right now and will see your beautiful bald head, what message have you got for them?
What message have I got for them? I think Arteta summed it up quite well this week. And he said that, it's very difficult to maintain that kind of momentum, especially when it's done purely on luck, not skill. And we'll be coming for you.
Right, Lee Judges, Arsenal 3 points against the rivals Manchester United. Liverpool drop points 3-3 at Newcastle. Don't want to say it too loudly. Is the race back on?
Back on, can we sing that song we just sung there?
No, you can sing it. I'm not an Arsenal fan, so you can sing it. I'm a neutral.
Set pieces again, ole ole. Set piece again, set piece again, set piece again, ole ole.
You said about set pieces. Is that the best goal that you've ever seen off someone's bottom, like Saliba?
Unbelievable, And listen, this is what it's about. Sometimes you can't beat teams by playing the football. Sometimes you have to get the set piece and all that, and that's what's key today, and that's got us to win today, And listen, it's a great day today. We've had a great result, but we've gone down in the league, but even though we've gone down one place, we're still happy, I
want to take it away from Arsenal quickly and ask you one question about the team that you faced.
Yeah.
How pathetic are Manchester United?
Well, I wouldn't say pathetic, but I know what. Yeah, why not? They were, weren't they? Listen, I've never seen a Man United team for a very, very long while just come to here or Highbury and just play for a draw. Like, you know, that's what they done that first half. And to be fair, they done it well. They stifled us and everything like that. No answers when we scored. No answers whatsoever. Like, you know, so I can see he's got a hard job there. He's got a hard job. I love it. I love it. Like,
you need that needle back, don't you? You need that needle back. The Keane versus Vieira. It makes it more exciting. You wouldn't have Arsenal versus Manchester United on a Wednesday night in 2005, would you?
No, that is true. And one of the reasons it is, I will say this because Man United said it about us, we weren't competitive for a few years and it lost its little bit, and now it's them that are not competitive, like, you know. So we need to get back. Look, listen, as much as you like to see Man United like they are, for the Premier League, you need them like challenging and up there and that little bit of needle. And there is always that little bit of needle with Arsenal and Man United. It wasn't there today, and the gap between the two teams is very, very large at this moment in time.
I like taking pride in the question that I'm going to ask, and I never reveal what football club I support, but what is going to be the plan for Fulham on Sunday? Obviously, you dropped points there last season.
Very, very. I don't know why would you mention Fulham?
I don't know, I'm just bringing up stats.
I've got no idea why you'd mention that. Like listen, I will say it now, they're a good side. They should have beaten Spurs last week. So, they've got a game tomorrow. They're on a bit of a roll. Few ex-Arsenal players there, so it's always going to be difficult. So, listen, the game plan is to get there, get the job done, get out of there, because it's a tough game for us.
Mr. Judges, to finish off, I want you to send a message to the Liverpool fans down the barrel of that camera. We've got a long way to go in the title, mate. I don't think you've won at Anfield since 2015. You tell them, give them a message for that title race.
Tell you what, look, listen, you know who's better than us. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And at the end of the day, you get nothing at Christmas, only presents.
3 points against Manchester United. Liverpool dropped points away at Newcastle. What message have you got for the Liverpool fans in the title race?
We're coming for you. We're coming. Trust me. We're coming.
So when you go Anfield, New Year, you're picking up 3 points.
Easy. We're having it. 100%. That's all I got to say.
You're going to be winning the title or not?
Mate, we're up there. I'm not going to say we're going to win the title, but we're up there.
I've got to ask you, how big is that gap now between yous and Manchester United? Mate, there used to be so much needle back in the day, didn't there?
Mate, they're our big rivals. It's a big game. And guess what? We took the 3 points.
Title race back on, my son?
It's back on. And do you know what? It was never really off in the first place, was it?
Was it not?
No. We're just giving them a little chance to get ahead.
Yeah, but what are you going to say if come Sunday, Fulham pick up another 3 points against you and make you look silly again?
No, we learned from our mistakes last year. New Year's, they took some points, but it's not going to happen this time.
Is that the best goal that you've ever seen off someone's bottom, like Saliba in that second half?
That's what we do now. We just score goals for fun. Trying out different things now, aren't we, from our set pieces?
It's getting that boring with set pieces. You've got to try and get something off someone's booty, mate. I've got to ask you the question. Manchester United, no identity whatsoever. We know they're in transition. Amorim's just come in. Ten Hag, done. Deadwood players. Yeah. How big's the gap between you twos now?
They were awful. Honestly, they were. If you close your eyes, you'd think that they were just a relegation team. They were so bad today. And it's a shame because you do miss those good Man United games, but they're nowhere near what they used to be.
It's dull, isn't it?
So dull.
Are you worried about Chelsea in the title race or not?
No, they'll drop off. No chance. They've got still a lot of building to do to get to where we are.
Liverpool drop points. Is the title race back on for Arsenal?
I don't think the title race was ever off. I think, we've got a massively good streak of fixtures that are coming up, and we had a really difficult start to the season. So winning tonight just sort of cements that, I think. And I'm really confident that we're going to go on a bit of a run now. So, yeah.
Saliba scored, mate. Have you seen a better goal off of someone's booty in your entire life?
No, it was right in front of me. I didn't actually know it went off his arse, but looking at the replay, very nicely positioned from Saliba. And also, there's still somehow a VAR check a minute later after you've accelerated the goal, which I think is frustrating. But again, set pieces, we just are very effective.
Are you set piece FC?
We might be set piece FC, but I think people Wenger, I think, neglected them. Arteta does not neglect them, and it's a massive part of who we are as a team.
And you'd rather score goals from open play, but you happy just as long as the ball goes in the back of the net off a set piece?
As a fan of a North Band, mate, I'm happy as long as the ball goes in the back of the net. But yeah, in the second half, we had opportunity to score other goals. We didn't. We scored 2 goals from set pieces. That's 5 for me against Man United, who I despise with a passion. So well,
you mentioned Manchester United there. How big is the gap now between the two clubs? Manchester United in transition. new manager coming in, a lot of deadwood players, man.
Yeah.
But seriously, back in the 90s, the early 2000s, go back throughout time, the rivalry was so fierce. But now, mate, chalk and cheese.
It is chalk and cheese, and actually that is the best thing, because when you go to school in the south of England, in year 11, everybody supports Man United because of their glory, because of their history or whatever. Now it's not such an easy conversation, and I think we must have beaten them the last 3 times here at the Emirates, and it's almost just like it's just comfortable now, and I enjoy that. I enjoy playing against Man United and it being comfortable. And the players say that as well. They're straight down the tunnel. Odegaard and Timber out there. But otherwise, it's just
You not miss the needle.
I like the needle. It's a very good point, but I'll always still like beating Man United over other teams just because of their fans. And it's like they'll probably all be going back to, Surrey tonight. At least it's an easy trip home, isn't it? So fair play.
Last one I got, mate. Fulham at the weekend. You dropped points there at Craven Cottage. New Year's Eve last year. Yeah. What's going to be different this time round?
Yeah, a tough one. Again, they're playing some really good football. They got a good result at Tottenham last week as well. I think, we just need to be strong, and if we can get even if it's like a 1-0, a scrappy result, that's the most important thing. Get over the line and get closer to Liverpool.
I guess the basic cliche question is the title race back on?
Of course it is. Of course it is. Of course it is. What more do you want me to say?
Well, you got to go to Fulham on Sunday. It wasn't a very good trip down to the river then, was it?
No, Reece Nelson, who's been our best player this season. No, Reece Nelson can't play against us. Little clause in the loan contract, so there we go.
I've got to ask you as well. William Saliba, is that the best goal that you've ever seen off of someone's booty?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know, I've scored a few myself down at the 5 sides, but I think the whole performance from Saliba is just unbelievable. He's shut Hoyland in the box all game. He'll be empty in the pockets after.
Got to ask you as well, mate. The rivalry between you and Manchester United is legendary.
Yeah.
But talk to me. How big is the gap now? Like, listen, they've had so many different managers since the Wenger and Fergie era. But if you look at it right now, I know they're in transition. New manager. But just how big is the gap now between the two clubs? It's not even really a rivalry anymore, is it?
I think you saw in about 75 minutes, all the fans just knew it was over. It weren't much in it. You had to feel a bit sorry for him today, really. Huge gap.
What message have you got for Liverpool fans? Obviously, drew 3-0 at Newcastle. You wouldn't have seen the game. They've dropped points.
I've been watching it. They were terrible. They were terrible today. 3 goals at St James's Park. I'd be seriously worried if.
How were you watching it? Were you not even watching your own team?
No, I wasn't watching. What's the point in that? No, of course. I've heard some rumours. I've heard some rumours on the grapevine.
Are you worried about Chelsea though?
Yeah, I think they'll hit a rough patch at some point. I think they'll hit a wall. New manager. I'm not sure they're all there.
Is your rough patch over though?
100%. My little friend here, Dom, has been talking. He's talking about the streak. Talking about the streak like the Oakland Raiders. We're going unbeaten until Anfield. No. Wait, we're going unbeaten until past Anfield. That's it. Not losing again for the rest of the season.
Are you going to win the title?
Don't know. It depends how many we draw. If we draw as many as 2003.
Well, it's not a don't know. It's a yes or a no, isn't it?
Well, yes then. There we go.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.